Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4 and we're going to be using the Yamaha FZ1 N, and this was recommended by Ivan Rosic in the comment section in the last video, which was the top 10 bikes, and my apologies Ivan if I have pronounced that incorrectly, because I did my best, but I think that might be right or wrong. But guys, that was a suggestion from Ivan. He mentioned how good this bike was and how accurate it was, and you know what, I just couldn't help myself to give it a bash. And unfortunately for myself, I hadn't tried it before, but also at the same time I guess that's a positive, because here in the Naked Power group, here in Intramonaco, we have an opportunity to use this bike. The colour scheme on this Yamaha is gorgeous, so I managed to pick a lovely Revit suit to choose from, some Alpine Styles boots and an AGV helmet to match. It's a terrific combination, and the very tough track of Imatra, it's a very difficult one, and honestly jumping back into this one with a bike that I'm yet to try was a wonderful opportunity for me to sort of test my skills in Ride 4, because I do still feel rather rusty on Ride 4, and with the conclusion of my MotoGP 21 championship coming to an end, I do feel like Ride 4 is going to come back, have a little bit of a push through the shadows and decide to say, look, Ride 4 content's coming back, and it's coming back thick and fast. But don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean the end of MotoGP 21, of course not. We'll still be doing plenty more content on that, but for the time being, back to the business at hand. We are going to be using the Yamaha FZ1 N, and so far going around Imatra, smooth as silk this motorcycle is, and it sounds great, it really does. Unfortunately, you've got my voice talking over the bike, so I guess in a moment's time, when we get into the next track, I'll go silent for a little bit so you can hear the beautiful sound of this bike. We move across now to Japan to go into Kanto for the Kanto North course, or South course I believe it is. It's basically almost a full version where you go through the sort of streets. I think it's my favourite version. Oh, contact there from Arthur Thompson on the left hand side there. It is the North course actually, I have just remembered. There's a major contact once again. Arthur Thompson certainly got a bit of an attitude problem to the man on board the Yamaha right now, as we now go into the right hand side, trailing him behind Tagai Sasaki. I think Sasaki just dropped the front there. I heard her disappear from the pack a month ago, but we now have Isabella Braga and Valerie Letalova up at the front positions. We're going around the outside of Braga, and now we have Valerie Letalova in our sights as we go on the left hand side for turn 5. Where will we go for the attack? Where is it coming? You know it's coming up sooner or later. I might fancy it after this corner here, maybe for turn 7, but going into Barantayo 1, beautifully done up on the inside, and then around the outside for the overtaking position, and now in the lead. So of course, I did mention I was going to stay stum for a little bit of a while, so now's a great time to do so. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? It's a beast. That's pretty much all you can describe this bike as. It is absolutely fantastic. What a wonderful suggestion from Ivan. And I'm going to ask you guys as well, if there's some sort of bikes you don't believe I've tried yet, or just let me know in the comment section down below what you think's your go-to bike, and what bike do you really think I should try next, because I still have a lot of bikes in Ride 4 that I'm still yet to touch, which is an absolute cardinal sin considering how good the bikes are in this game. So if you can think of maybe 1 or 2 bikes that you think, you know what, DrAce hasn't covered that one yet, let me know in the comment section down below, because I love Ride 4 and I've still got plenty of stuff to do to try and get all the achievements, and we're not stopping until we get every single achievement in Ride 4. But going into the left-hander of turn 3 now, let's have a little bit of a look at the lap in question. Of course, lap 2, this is the lap that we decide to just say, you know what, we've got the bit between our teeth, we're doing some nice smooth lap times, let's just go for it. The AI is nowhere to be seen. We have the same problem in Ride 4 as always. The AI just cannot keep up with the aces in general, and of course, we never seem to have the brilliant battle in Ride 4. We do get the odd occasional one, but usually it means I've had to maybe give up like 20 or 30 seconds, and I didn't really fancy doing it today because I wanted to really focus on the consistency with this bike, because who knows, maybe we'll be able to use this one for a returning DrAce time trial challenge. And unfortunately the time trial challenges did stop for a while, and the weekly challenges took over, and I'm getting bored of the weekly challenges, to be truly honestly with you, because they just keep using the same tracks, the same situations with stock tyres, you know the score, the same sort of basic stuff. So maybe I'm thinking I'm going to have to do our sort of Lord's work, the Ace's work, and bring back the DrAce time trial challenges. Who's with me? Let me know in the comment section down below. So coming into the left-hander of turn 11, difficult point to get your braking zone right in that corner. It is one of those ones that you just have to have a feel for that corner. It's not really, I can point out a specific point where you can say exactly there is where I'm going to pinpoint you to brake at that point. It's more of a feeling of the track where I just say, yeah, I'm braking now, it feels good to me. The rest of the track seems to be okay in that regard. Like, you can point out quite a lot of different signs or different sort of locations on the map that you can say, okay, begin to brake here, begin to turn the motorcycle in there. But for that particular corner of turn 11, it does catch you off guard a few times. Even the first time I went in this one, or I do believe actually I do go wide in this one at some point as well. But for turn 5, going a little bit wide there, and we do get the dreaded, ugly, awful penalty sign on the right-hand side. I hate getting that. I'd rather slow down and reduce the penalty. So for example, what they do in Gran Turismo, whether you have to just slow down the car and then let maybe a 5-second penalty timer just disappear, I much prefer that. Give me the time back as we get a little bit too close to the curb there. I would rather do that. I would honestly rather do that. And I don't know if you guys heard earlier, during this sort of section here with all the built-up area, you can really hear the sound of the echoes of the bikes around, and it's just pretty cool, to be honest with you. And I do very, very much enjoy this variant of Kanto more than any other Kanto track out there. So from the full variant of the full circuit to the south course and the north course, I don't believe there's any other variants from that. I do believe it's just the 3, but out of those 3, this version of Kanto is by far my favourite. I think it has all the best parts of Kanto in just one simple package of a smaller track. I don't know, it is for me at least my favourite. I don't know what you guys think, but for me, very much enjoy this one. We do actually have a time trial challenge here from the DrAce time trial challenges, and it slipped my mind in what bike we used. I'll check back in a bit and see which one it was, but I very much enjoyed that one as well. So we now go into the right-hander of the first corner, or excuse me, second corner for Gin 1, turn 2, and this is the penultimate lap already. So Renato Banfi and Yasushi Matsui are both on the podium as things stand. Of course, it doesn't even matter exactly who the name I'm going to use at the top, either from Matt Grant from the MotoGP series or DrAce from Ride 4 series. You know who's at the top position. If it's a DrAce video, we're already going to be in first place, you better believe. So we now go into the right-hand side of Baron Tayo, 5 to 11 now, with 23 degrees. Doing a wonderful job here in Kanto as we go on the right-hand side, braking roughly about the 50 miles per hour zone, or 50 metre zone, should I say, for their braking zone as we go into Parantayo 2. Must be careful not to touch the curb on that side like we did on the previous lap, because it was a bit of a scary moment, let's say, to be quite honest with ourselves. As we get on the left-hand side, always keep an eye out for that blue van there as well. That little blue van has saved my sort of lap times on Kanto to a terrific amount of times. That little blue van is the perfect indication for me to start braking going into the very difficult section of City 1 and City 2, because this built-up area is probably my favourite part of the track, because you can really chuck in the power of the bikes and you can really manoeuvre it around. But at the same time, you know you've got that very hard braking zone going into City 1, and then the even tighter hairpin almost, 90 degrees corner practically, for the second City variant. So now into the final lap in a moment's time, across the line we will go. Hopefully no more penalty time anymore, because I want to do a really clean lap and maybe get into the 133s. I do believe the 133s are more than possible, as we are using the hard front and the hard rear, maybe with a medium rear and a medium front in time trial sort of situation. We could be looking at maybe 132s as well. But into Gin 2 for turn 3, we're pretty much almost there and almost at the end of this Grand Prix already. It doesn't feel like it's been going very long, but what a wonderful motorcycle Ivan has suggested here today, and I think I'll definitely be using the Yamaha FZ1 N a little bit more often, so I'm really grateful that he has mentioned this bike, and I'm keen to try more that I might have missed. And I do believe this bike is from a DLC pack, which of course will be roughly around £3.99 if you're from the UK, and I think it's the Power Nakeds or something like that. I actually can't remember at the time of this recording. If you guys know it and you don't have it, it's probably because you don't have this particular DLC pack. But at the price at £3.99, it's not too bad. You tend to get a couple of bikes, maybe 3 or 5 bikes, a couple of achievements in there, and 5 events. So not too bad. You do get some extra content to go with the actual bikes itself. And my understanding is that every single bike, even though if it was from Ride 3, is actually rebuilt from scratch for Ride 4. So in the past I've made mention to the fact that it's just a rehash of the bikes. It's actually not. It's been redone for Ride 4, and for the 4th instalment being probably the best instalment out of all of them, we're definitely getting the best variant of that motorcycle. But I guess that's for another video, because we're about to cross the line in the victorious position once again. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's been a shorter one, but just discussing about the Yamaha FZ1 N. Brilliant bike, which I can't wait to use again. So guys, thank you very much for watching as always. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment and subscribe if you did, and hit the notification bell to be alerted to every single DrAce upload and live stream. Thanks for watching guys, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now, with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.